It's nice to look over the audience and see that no one here, when I was an infant, changed my diaper. But I have learned since Vicki and I moved back into the city limits. Okay. Well, there we go. So, I'm sorry, the line. Well, I've met 5 people that have. So it's been a new phenomenon for us. We moved. We were away. We were misguided and moved to Crow's Lake for 20 years, and we're back in town and live in Forest Hills, and it's been great. And, appreciate Vicki coming tonight, as our house was wide open with the painters there painting the outside and all the doors unlocked. So, so hopefully they'll lock it up for us. But there's a lot going on, and y'all may have seen some. What is so fortunate for the Downtown Development Authority of Lawrenceville is that the City Council and Mayor have decided to use the tool that the DDA is. It's pretty incredible. We have an intergovernmental agreement where they gave us a loan for $1 million that we have to pay back in 50 years. So we're going to do our best to do that. It won't be me at the helm when we pay it back. I don't, 103, I don't plan on being up on the stage at that time. But it's amazing what we've been able to do. I don't know how many of y'all know where Cato's used to be. That's sign of hand on Perry Street. It was a dress shop. I know it well because my mother took me there when I was a little kid, and I didn't want to go, and I had to wait for her while she was shopping. So, but it's right next to Fleet Feet. We purchased that building. We have a potential buyer that's going to put in a very nice restaurant. It's a major commitment, and that's public record. So I hope y'all stay up and enjoy it. And by the way, Lisa Sherman is great at bringing buyers in. We had another project that we were engaged in, and this is where we're working very closely with the mayor and the city council. We are a state entity, but we listen to who gives us money. So we worked together to buy the property. I don't know if y'all are familiar with it, called Labor Ready. It used to be Hood Insurance many years ago. It's right next to Bullseye Gun Range. It is the property that a lot of people use to go to the parking lot in the back and don't realize it was not a public road, but a private road, and they had to four-wheel it up into the parking lot. Well, that city, we were able to purchase that. Lisa Sherman worked that contract. We assigned that contract to the city. The city now owns that. And the day that it was purchased, they put nice gravel there, so no one had the four-wheel with their Lexus SUVs into the parking lot, which I watched people do. So that will enable, easier access to that parking lot in the back. And if I had a picture to show you, the master plan for the Downtown Development Authority has that to be eventually the possibility of being a parking deck. So we hope that will come to fruition. We have another property that we have purchased. Yeah.
I might be able to offer some help if the resolution is adjusted on that laptop. I think that's what will clear that. Will expand that picture out.
I touched everything but the resolution.
Yeah. So the resolution seems to be really small. So if you go back to that other screen and then just try the resolution and go to the max setting, I think that'll landscape it out for you.
But another property that we announced last night at a Downtown Development Authority meeting. There we go. Thank you. Can I see the fancy word clicker? So, thank you, by the way. Let's give that man Let's see here. So here's the courthouse. This right here is the old gas station right next to the Aurora. Let's see, maybe I'm pointing, I'm sorry, I'm pointing in the incorrect place right here. We purchased that old gas station, and we are looking for different uses that we'll be using that for. But it is, what we are trying to do is work with the master plan and think ahead and plan for trying to complete our master plan, which originally had a live, work, play, worked all the way around that lot, where we have a parking deck. You would actually add another parking deck to it and then wrap it with residential above and business below. Now that's the old plan. There's a lot of things moving and with all the different entities that we have here in Gwinnett County. I will tell you that we are working with, in collaboration with the city, Downtown Development Authority, the college, the Board of Education, the Aurora Theater. We are all working together to try to create great ideas. The hospital system, we've had talks with Dave McCluskey. We're trying to figure out all the different ways we can all work together and build a really great hub, which, as Lisa pointed out, is our 9-block area. And that's what our intergovernmental agreement is focused on. 9 blocks, and it's for properties that are vacant or blighted is what we're first working on. There's some other projects that we're working on that because it's an executive session, I can't tell you about, but we plan to use up every bit of that $1 million and have it brought back to us where we sell the properties and then we go get another one. So we're working at a pretty fast clip. We had 5 properties on our executive session last night. So executive session has gotten to be our longer part of our project. Then when we're able to announce it, we do. We put it in executive session so that the price doesn't go up because it's your money that we're spending. So our board, we have a great board. We are focused on education. We were all last week in education. Almost every one of us was there. I was in a class all day long, and so were the others at another time. And so we're working to be educated and make sure that we can, as Ann Carroll said, can learn how to use bonds, how to use direct loans, how we can assist the city in doing projects that they want to do that are public projects, as well as we can go in and negotiate deals where the city is not allowed to negotiate. So those are some things that the state has fixed, and so the city has worked closely with us, and we're working closely with them to abide and be a great cohesive team, and we're mainly just a tool in the toolbox. So that's what the DDA is for the city of Lawrenceville. But I can tell you, since we've come back to Lawrenceville, we're also engaged in, I know, other activities that are going along with some faith-based projects that are focused on stabilizing neighborhoods to not concentrate poverty in Gwinnett County. I know the school board wants to work with the city of Lawrenceville, and there's just so many things that are going on, and the churches are getting together. We actually now have missionaries in Lawrenceville. We have a few people that have left their church to focus and be missionaries in Lawrenceville. Instead of going to third world countries, they're focused on a suburban area, and it's pretty neat how that's occurring. So there's so many different things that are going on, and we'd be happy to take a few questions if we have time.